As you can see, we have beautiful stained glass windows, one of which is a Tiffany window. This one on the left with the lamb. We can seat approximately 100 people in here. For special occasions, I think we have squeezed more in, but it's approximately 100 that this sanctuary seats. As you can see, we have Advent banners up, which were made last year by different members of our congregation and our young people, and we have made a tradition now. This year we bring the banners in as part of our Advent tradition. And here are our choir, where our choir resides, and of course our altar. And we have a wonderful organ, pipe organ, that was recently worked on to be restored, and an absolutely wonderful organist who is with us. As we walk beside the organ, we're going to go back into the area, our sacristy. Sorry, gotta get the key. This is our area before the sacristy. And our sacristy itself. This is where, of course, we set up communion, work on the flowers for the altar. And as we leave the sacristy, we're going to walk down a few steps, and this takes you into our parish hall. Before we do that, I will point out that we do have a sound system, and it also functions for people who are hearing impaired, to help with listening to the service. And this is our parish hall. We have lots of different kinds of functions in here. Our annual meeting would take place here, and this church is used by many of the 12-step programs in our community. So there would be an AA meeting in here, or when we have had our coffee houses in the past, this is the room that we would use to host that event. see the rectory is right next door, and not that you can see it very well from that, but that just shows you just how close the rectory is to our parish and church. Here we're going to go through these doorways, and this is the hallway down to where the Sunday school rooms are, Bible study rooms, the rector's office. And the first door we're going to come to on our left is our kitchen. And this, as you can see, has lots of space for people to be able to gather here every Sunday when we're able to meet in person. We all share a breakfast after our 8:30 service, between 8:30 service and when Sunday school starts. And as you leave the kitchen, back to our right just a little bit is one of our rooms. This is a room where we hold our Sunday school for adults on Sunday morning. And again, 12-step programs meet in this room, and or other meetings might take place here that community members might want to hold that are a part of our church mission. For instance, we've had a reconciliation, some training on racial reconciliation that have taken place in this room in the past. And then the room right next to that is where our young adults meet for Sunday school. And here we're getting ready to do a second part of our outreach to one of the local elementary schools for Christmas, giving them gifts really to thank them for their service to our community, to our children, particularly in the time of the pandemic. And those will be delivered tomorrow. And right across from this room, we have 3 restrooms here. There's a family restroom and multi-person restroom. And for if a child needs to be changed, there's that facility. Another restroom. And then around the corner, there's another restroom. Oops.
Another peek at the rectory and some of the work going on over there. This is Channing, your videographer.
And this door that we're walking towards now is the entrance, one of the entrances into the parish hall and our offices and Sunday school rooms and our parking lot.
Next door to a bank. Getting ready to get some weather, I think. We have a very nice playground. A couple of picnic tables.
And as we walk down here, the latter part of the hallway, the first room we come to on our right is kind of our catch-all room where the copier is. Supplies are held in here, leftover supplies from one of our coffee houses and or when we've had pancake suppers, equipment. We all have to have a room like this.
Our church secretary, Betsy Seabolt, has this on her to-do list, and it should be complete by February, and she's going to get this all organized with new furniture and some more storage.
Here's our bulletin board where we post things going on both within the church, in the diocese, and in our community. And as you can see, we have a number of groups that do use this facility. We have up here the Literacy Council, which does offer mentoring here in other times when we can use it. Habitat for Humanity is another group that uses this facility. And here's the rector's office.
Another view of the rectory.
And this is our nursery, and you can see here on the floor we have lots of supplies, and I think these typically have been used when we do our vacation Bible school in the summertime in conjunction with the Methodist Church and the Presbyterian Church, which are right down the street from here. And here's actually another room. I think sometimes the mentors with the Literacy Council will sit at this table, and it's also for supplies. And this is the room where we have godly play for the children who fit the age range for that. We have all of the supplies for godly play were actually made by one of our previous rector's wives. So we have that curriculum that we use, and you can see these wonderful little boxes contain wooden figures that were cut carefully by our former rector's wife. That completes the actual building back here that's a part of our parish hall. And we're going to walk back up this way, and then we'll be taking you all on a tour of our rectory.